fair?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this week. So the nonprofit resource fair is this Thursday, and I mean it kind of switches into that because the band is a nonprofit also. But what we wanted to do this year, because I run the Tech Thursdays for the Guilford Nonprofit Consortium, and I've been doing that for about 2 years. I've been a member as a consultant for probably about almost 5 years, and so I'll talk a little bit more about that. But what I saw was we do the classes, the people come, they enjoy it, they learn some stuff. However, we have over 200 nonprofits that are registered, that are members of the Guilford Nonprofit Consortium. That's not counting anybody who doesn't even know about the Nonprofit Consortium. So if you are a member, then you get the advantage of coming to these classes. But then they also have some things you do have to pay for, but like board trainings. And so what I do, the Tech Thursdays, is to say, well, what are nonprofits missing? And let me see if I can bring those things so that this way they can learn the skills that they need. So one thing that I looked at over the last couple of years was people were saying that they needed pieces. And so I'm just like, well, why don't we put some of those pieces together? So by having this nonprofit resource fair, then what will happen is people will get the opportunity to talk to the pieces that can help them grow the nonprofit. And so basically it's going to be at the Greensboro Public Library. They're our sponsor location. And what a lot of people don't realize about the Greensboro Public Library is that they have a whole resource just for nonprofits that's there. And so it's so crazy because I was talking about it last night and I was like, yeah, Morgan does this and that. And my husband was like, when did Morgan start doing that? And he thought I was talking about you, Morgan. And I was like, no, it's another Morgan Ritchie Baum. And she is now the business and nonprofit librarian that's at the library that's downtown. So if people need help with some of the research, putting their business plans together, there are business plans that they can kind of go over that are already inside the library, and she can help you sit down and work on those demographics. But if you didn't know that, you might think, okay, well, where am I going to get some of the resources from? So Morgan is definitely going to be there, of course, because we'll be at the library. But in addition to that, people said, well, look, I was looking for a lawyer. I'm looking for an accountant. I'm looking for somebody that can actually process my nonprofit, the marketing, all of those things. So everybody that's a resource partner there is somebody that can help you with a part of what you need for the nonprofit. And so we have a host of them because volunteers may be something that you're looking for. So we have the Volunteer Center of Greensboro out there. And then we do have one that's a little bit unique, which is hand and water safety. And the thing is, if you have a nonprofit and you're dealing with kids, maybe those kids go swimming in the summertime. Or maybe let me rephrase that. Maybe you take those kids to the pool. That's not the same thing as those kids going swimming. Does that make sense, right? You throw a bunch of kids in the pool, but if they don't know how to swim, then that's an issue. And so when I looked at getting the resource partners, I wanted nonprofits that could help other nonprofits grow. And so that's what we did, put that together. So this is the first one that we're doing. And I think we have almost 100 people registered as of now. So if you just want to go online to sbc.gtcc.edu and register, or you can go to my website at ladybusiness.com. It's free. It's open to the public. We will have some refreshments out there. And the biggest thing is, if you said, I don't know where to go to get these things, these people are all in one place. And so what's going to happen is they'll present for 10 minutes, but they'll be there the entire 2 hours. So if you want to, they'll each do a presentation to let you know like who they are, let the crowd ask questions, and then you can still come to their tables and ask those individual things. So my hope is that people say, wow, this was really great, and they make appointments or they become clients of the people that are there. So like even SCORE is there. So if you're talking about, well, who do I get to help me with the business plan, or these are some of the other things that I'm missing and I need to have a mentor. All of these things, all of these resources will be there. Elon Law will be there. So Piedmont Business Capital will be there. So if you're looking for capital for your business. So it's no reason that a person can't get the resources that they need. And so it's from 12 to 2. So even if you're at work, I suggest you get on a lunch break and you come on over to the library, at least walk through. You could at least, if nothing else, get everybody's card, right? And then make those appointments later on. But I think that providing one place where you can meet multiple people that have the exact things that you need, where you don't have to look around for it, is definitely one of the things that we're doing. So that's this Thursday, the 18th, and that's from 12 to 2 at Central Library, downtown Greensboro.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, I mean, now there may be some other resources that certain nonprofits need, but as far as the basics and the startup, everything is there, and even if you're talking about growing it, and let's say you said, well, look, one thing that people always say is the marketing, right? So when you were mentioning the branding earlier, there's a company there that does the marketing. So, I mean, there's somebody for you to find that can help you with all of those different aspects. And what I would say, when I was talking about the part of me being a consultant, what I would suggest for people, if you want to be a nonprofit consultant, if you've thought about helping people develop their programs, if you've thought about even possibly helping them fundraise, like we're talking about the sponsorship portion of it, one thing that people don't know is that you are supposed to be licensed in the state of North Carolina to fundraise. So having that and being a nonprofit, you need to make sure that you have that licensing for the state, because it's always, as you mentioned, somebody petty that'll be like, oh, well, they're fundraising and they're not licensed statewide. And so I think people need to know that. And if you're the person that is helping them fundraise, and mind you, I'm just doing a broad sweep of things, so I'm not going in depth, but then you can become a licensed solicitor, so that this way you can go out on behalf of an organization and solicit for them. Now, with this may be a whole nother business for somebody, because if you're good in talking to people to give you money for other people, that could be a business where you take a portion of the proceeds, because they wouldn't have gotten the money without you going to ask for it in the first place. That's what I'm saying. Come on, percentage, add it on in there, subtract it and divide it and multiply it. All right. Listen, the whole thing. But listen, that's a whole nother business, and there are people who their whole business is helping people get money. So, I mean, when you start to look and you look online at the charitable solicitation and you see the millions, I don't even want to act like it's not, of dollars that other people are helping nonprofits get, it can be a lucrative business. And so if you're talking about being a consultant because you have a skill set that's good, then you may want to consider joining the Guilford Nonprofit Consortium. If you have the heart to volunteer, that may be something that you want to consider doing. And so I just suggest come on out, learn about it, and see what you can do to kind of broaden your horizons if you want to be a consultant, or if you're saying, I want to start a nonprofit, or I'm already started. Either one of those things is a good thing for you to come out to check out.
One-stop shop.
I mean, really.
Legit.
It is. So I suggest people come out because I think it's going to be, I'm excited. Like, I like to have events and watch people come in the door. Like, that's the excitement part. Yeah, it's like you get, I don't. Yeah, because it's a different level of stress. It's just a happy stress. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready for the event to be over. Thanks for coming out. Take pictures. Because then after the event is over, if you're doing a good job, then you need to follow up, which means then you got to put out the pictures. You got to thank people, and then your job should be, if you're doing things right, to promote the next event. Okay? And I mean, not having stuff together, I think, is one of the reasons why sometimes people fail. But if you can say, look, you came out today and this was a great thing and you loved it, give them the next one, so that then this way they are already kind of know what to look forward to. So I'm excited. And like I said, if you have a nonprofit thinking about starting one, or you're interested in possibly being a consultant, then I would suggest you come out to that on Thursday this week.
Thursday, Greensboro Public Library Nonprofit Resource Fair. Talk about Tech Thursdays. Like,